ladies and gentlemen, this is the Squatch coming to you with some information about the Division 2 new exotic weapon, the Nemesis. Today was the first day being April 18th, 2019, when you were able to get the Nemesis Rifle. Nemesis Sniper Rifle is an exotic weapon that can only be obtained by doing some very specific tasks in the Division 2. The first task being you have to first complete the Tidal Basin Stronghold, getting a card key that unlocks a specific room in the stronghold that unlocks a case with an SR1 sniper rifle in it. The SR1 sniper rifle is a named weapon. That named weapon, when deconstructed, will give you the component that you need, which is the scope for the Nemesis rifle. Once you have that, you will then need to complete the other invaded strongholds, finish off their bosses to try to get the exotic components from those. It's unclear if that's a 100% drop rate, but in my experience, I got it with every stronghold that I completed as they were unlocked. So the Capitol Hill stronghold will also give you one of the components. The Roosevelt Island stronghold will give you a component. And then lastly, the final stronghold, District Union Arena, which re-unlocked today, will give you that final component. The final component that you need in order to get the blueprint for the Nemesis rifle. Now, to get the Nemesis rifle blueprint, you have to replay the Grand Washington Hotel Invaded mission available this week. You will have to play through it one time plus two other invaded missions before you can go to the stronghold and perform the invaded stronghold mission to get the fourth part. Once you get it, then you come back, and within the first 2 minutes you come against the enemy known as Puck. Puck will have a chance to drop the blueprint. In my case, it dropped with the first round as well as two other clan members. It appears that it is not a 100% drop though, according to articles that I've read. Once you obtain those, you have the blueprint and all the parts, you will come back to the White House and you will construct the Nemesis. Once you construct it, you can then go to the vendor and buy an upgrade blueprint for it as well. Because the initial construction of the Nemesis is going to be a 490 score. In my case, it also had about 270,000 damage. I then upgraded it and was able to get the damage up to 290,000 damage per shot. Although this doesn't really matter. Once we get through the talents that this weapon has, you'll understand why. To begin reviewing my Nemesis, it's a score 500 after I used the upgrade blueprint to upgrade my original Nemesis to this one. The first thing you'll notice is it has a bonus of 121% marksman rifle headshot damage. That means this is going to be a masterful weapon to use if you are decent at getting headshots in this game. It does say with the blueprint that it is a random bonus. I have only ever had this one between my 490 score original Nemesis and my upgrade score 500 Nemesis. This same bonus was applied to both. You'll see the quote here of "I watched the Watchmen" from Puck. Puck is a sniper enemy for the Black Tusk faction that you will encounter in the Grand Washington Invaded mission. Once you kill him and get the blueprint again, you'll be able to build the rifle. It has very high accuracy and a low amount of stability. You'll actually notice when I aim down the scope, the sway is pretty drastic. It has a reload time of 3.2 seconds, a critical strike range of 10 to 71 meters, and a damage drop off that is fairly decent. For talents on this weapon, you may have already read about some of these, but I will try to explain them to the best of my knowledge from what I've seen. The first talent is called Counter Sniper. This allows each shot that's fired to deal between 0 to 100% of weapon damage based on how long the trigger is held before releasing. If you're playing on PC with a keyboard and mouse, that means holding down the fire button on your mouse. For anybody playing on controller, this is when you hold down the fire trigger on the controller. The longer you hold it, the higher the damage is going to be. So if it's at 0%, you're going to see very low damage, way below the 290% or 290k damage that you would see based on the numbers from the roll. The time to reach max weapon damage is reduced whenever a shot does not kill an enemy it hits. So if you miss your shot, if you hit the enemy and they don't die, it's going to allow you to recharge your next shot at a much faster rate. It does not give a number for that. I don't know if that means it's random or not. That'll take more practice and use into actually fully understand how much faster that will be. The second talent on the Nemesis Sniper Rifle is the Nemesis talent, fitting to the name of the rifle, of course. Aiming at an enemy marks them as your nemesis for 15 seconds, letting you see them through walls. So that means once you aim at them and look away, you'll still be able to see them through walls. Your shot will gain plus 5% damage to your nemesis for each second they are marked to a max of 50%. So if you look at them, aim at them, and you look away or they move out of sight, you'll be able to still see them. And then the damage will continually increase to be 50% additional damage until you actually shoot them, which is a fantastic bonus. So if they run behind cover and you have them marked, then they run back out of cover and you hit them with the next shot, it's most likely going to do a lot more damage. Preparation. This is a passive perk for when this weapon is holstered and you're using your secondary weapon or a sidearm. While holstered, you gain 25% headshot damage when scoped with your current weapon. What that means is if you are using a marksman rifle or a semi-automatic rifle that has an 8x scope on it, or an AR with a 3x or 4x scope on it, when you aim down that scope and shoot, it'll do 25% additional headshot damage. That could be useful if you are using something like an AR with the 3x that has additional damage to elites, and it'll do an additional 25% damage as long as you're aiming down that scope. Of course, the weapon itself is very, very interesting looking. It has a large scope with a light on top. I don't believe the light actually functions. It has a laser sight attached to the side, a bipod on the bottom. These are all cosmetic, of course. It is a bolt action rifle, a fairly advanced tactical stock, a super sized suppressor, and then there's also a targeting screen mechanism on top. It is a digital scope, essentially, engraved with the Nemesis's tally of kills, it appears. Not that you can really see that. If we look out, you can see, as it's in my hands, a better view of it. So you see the digital screen on the front there, although it doesn't appear to really do anything. When you're aimed down the scope is unique. It has an indicator of cardinal direction without actually stating what is north or south. It shows the 12 times zoom, and you can see it's even recording as if it's a digital camera recording your kill. I'm not sure what the DTT is. Oh, that might be distance to target, now that I'm looking at it and reading it. You can see also the sway is pretty drastic on this, and there appears to be an indicator on the total number of sway as well. You can see the angle is listed on the left side, which is very useful if you want to learn how the angle affects the shot of the rifle. When you go to fire this weapon, again, if you just shoot it once, like it's a normal sniper rifle, you're going to see a fairly low number of damage. Now, this did 26,000 damage on a critical hit to the stomach of this normal enemy. If we do a headshot, we will see a similar number. That one did 53% because, again, each shot is a different damage roll. If we hit a normal part of the body, you're going to see far lower numbers, 12,000 damage. This seems very small compared to the 290k damage that this rifle can do. If we reload, however, and we hold down the button to fire a little bit longer, you'll see a yellow line appear on the right side of the scope. It increases in size the longer you hold it. You can see with each shot we're doing significantly more damage. So if we do a normal body shot while holding just for a quick second, 159,800 damage was applied. If we hold it even longer, you'll see it go and hold in place, and the longest you can hold it is until it beeps and goes off, and you'll see that we did 617,000 damage. Now if we make that same shot again, hold it down until it goes off, you can see it changes. That time it only did 314,000 damage, which is a lot less than that last shot. If we do it again, same spot, you can see the variation of 300,000 damage. If we go for a critical shot, so the stomach or the headshot, you will see that the damage number goes up way more. So now we have 873% damage, and if we go with the headshot, which again has a 121% boost to it, it'll do 698,000 on that roll of the damage. So in some cases, it doesn't even matter if it's a headshot, but to have a higher consistent damage output from this rifle, you'll want to use the headshots if you have that bonus with it. Now for my build that I'm currently working on, which is a very much focused build on elite damage or damage to elites, you see the headshot damage is 127%, critical hit damage is 41% with a chance of 18.5%. If we scroll down a little bit more, I have a 36% damage to elites buff as well, with 0% marksman rifle damage bonus. So you can see I've been working on a non-sniper style build to help be able to take out elites when we're doing things like strongholds and eventually the raid. Once I increase this difficulty on the shooting range here to veteran, you'll see the damage output is not any different than if it was a normal enemy. 600,000 damage on that shot, 781,000 damage on that shot. What you will notice though is that pretty much any shot that is held to the full strength is going to one-shot a normal or veteran level non-playable character in this game. 794,000 damage on that one. Once I increase this to elite though, you're going to see this number change drastically. That shot did 898,000 damage. If we do a normal body shot, 300,000 damage, 400,000 damage, not as good. If we do a headshot, 898,000. Depending on the perks that you have on your build, you can get this damage output to be over 1 million. And in some cases, I was able to get it to be over 1.5 million today with a higher damage to elites and a higher weapon damage output overall. You can see that shot there was 1,086,083 damage. That is an incredible amount of damage. It does not necessarily one shot everything depending on your difficulty and the mission that you're on, but it can one shot essentially just about any elite. Once you get to the named difficulty, it does not necessarily one shot, but if you are a member of a team, 2 people shooting at a named opponent with this rifle fully charged could easily eliminate a named opponent. The other thing it will allow you to do is, you can see there, it took off most of the shield and the health. I'll show you again on this one. You can see most of the shield, the armor is there, or all of it's there. Once you shoot, it's almost all gone and it's down to health. And as you may know, if you play the game enough, it's pretty easy to get a named enemy down to 0 health after their armor has been depleted. So this is a very good opening shot, or if you're fighting a named enemy or a boss, you will be able to do a first initial shot that will allow your team to open up fire with their assault rifles or other weapons and take out that named boss fairly quickly. You can see that shot here did 1.2 million damage, almost 1.3 million. So again, the rolls are very varied. There's a big difference between each shot, it seems, which means it's hard to be consistent with the rifle, but it's still very useful. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take the weapon out for a spin. We're going to take it out try to find an enemy that we can shoot with it. Now, it's going to be hard to see the enemy in the rain, which will also allow us, and it's dark, which will also allow us to test the Nemesis capability, which is when you aim at an enemy and you look away, it'll mark them and show you their location, even if they are behind a wall. So let's go ahead and try to find some enemies to shoot at here. Here we go. And now the rain's let up a little bit, and it's a little bit lighter outside of the White House, but it's still going to be dark enough that we should be able to notice an extreme difference between an enemy we've aimed at and an enemy we have not aimed at. So from distance here, I'm going to aim at this enemy. We're going to look away. It does not appear that the Nemesis perk is working quite yet. I shouldn't have to be closer, but I might have to be. What we can then see is as I charge this up and hold it, there we go. There's the Nemesis perk. One shot destroyed the armor on this one because she is an armored enemy. The next shot, 1 million damage, killed her. We're going to roll away from this elite. Missed that shot. This may not be the best to show this off on. Let me kill this elite real quick. So that way it's just not... There we go. Switching back to the Nemesis Rifle now. Going to do a range shot on this enemy. If you don't unscope, you will unfortunately waste your shot as well. You can see from range, that shot was more than enough to take them out. That shot was more than enough to take them out, all with one bullet. One bullet shot, dead. One bullet shot, dead. That was a headshot too, so you can see that did significantly more damage. Now, I don't appear to see the Nemesis perk to be really working right now, so that might actually be a bug that Ubisoft is not aware of. We're gonna gain some cover here. I was hoping to get an elite to really try this out on, but the rushing elite is not a very viable situation for the sniper rifle to be used in. Actually, you can see there, that was an elite rusher, and I just one-shot tapped her with a lower body shot. There's an enemy at range. The shot missed. That shot missed. Pardon my poor aim with this. She's blinded by my rifle, though, it appears. That I was not aware of. There's some Black Tusk enemies. That long-range shot did 500,000 damage. That shot did 600,000. You can see this weapon just makes it super easy for one-shot shots. Now, I do not think this weapon is as effective on any robots or electronic enemies that you would come up against. So you can see that Wally was just running around. Wally's is at least what I refer to them as in the game. And I don't think the damage is going to be as nice to that enemy type. So there's the Wally. Let's try to... now I'm blinded. We're going to try to get a shot off on it without dying from the grenade. It did only 290,000 damage, but 2 shots takes out the Wally. So that's still pretty useful if you are behind enough cover and are able to get those shots off. But easily, you can clear a group of normal enemies from range with this rifle. I'm going to try to find one more group of enemies to demonstrate this. I think it's a purple enemy normally. Pardon me. So the Nemesis Rifle is definitely an interesting rifle to have. If you already have marksman rifle damage buffs on your build, this rifle is going to be far more viable. I don't have it on video, but I did experience a friendly clan member using their sniper rifle specialization in comparison to this, and at times this sniper rifle was more powerful than the 50 caliber sniper rifle with the specialization. Not every shot, but some of the shots. You can see there that quick shot was plenty to take out that enemy. There's a heavily armored Black Tusk purple enemy there. We're gonna shoot his armor. His head is completely exposed after one shot, and the second shot killed him in one shot headshot. That was a um, reflex release since there was a grenade. Switch back to the Nemesis Rifle real quick. Try to get some more kills. Missed that bullet. You can lead it as well. There's a little bit of lead that it shoots just like most other sniper rifles in the game. It is fairly quick to reload too. You can see a normal shot even did quite a bit of damage. One shot. One shot. Easily handles the first shot, one shot. Easily handles that enemy, one shot. Here is a Chungus elite enemy for us to try this out on. Now, this is not the ideal situation, of course, because this is a rusher. But we're going to see how many shots. I've already got one good shot in on this enemy. Took off his helmet. Missed that shot. That's my bad. Missed that shot as well. I got to aim a little lower. One shot. Once you remove the helmet, which took one shot, the second shot was a one-shot kill on that rushing elite enemy. As you can see, it's not 100% accurate. It does have a serious kick to it. But it's pretty useful if you can master the timing. Get the shots off in a timely manner. You can easily clear out an entire group of enemies with just this sniper rifle. We're going to clear out the rest of these enemies just to further show the versatility of this gun. That did not do a one-shot kill, but it was still a lot of damage, and he ended up killing himself with his own item anyways. Heal up. My armor build is not that great. There we go. My shot was off because of the quick change in positioning, but that was fairly quick and easy to do with me alone. World tier 5. I'm gear score 504 with 201,000 armor, which is not that much. 41,000 health, and a Nemesis rifle that does a significant amount of damage per shot. So hopefully this gave you a little bit more insight to the actual Nemesis rifle itself. I'm sorry I was not able to provide a video on how to obtain the Nemesis rifle, but this is a good breakdown of the rifle in case you were curious and wanted to actually pursue how to get it. So thanks for tuning in and squatching today, and we will see you again soon.